Seven days with Lisa Hayes. With the price she pays, you'll be amazed. She's a national.
Can you sell a house with a faulty boiler? One of the important things you must do when you want to sell your house is get gas safety with a registered engineer to check your system. The central heating system plays a critical role in a house, you can't overlook it. So, what happens when you find out that your central heating system is faulty? Can you sell a house with a faulty boiler? The short answer is yes. Selling a house with a condemned boiler isn't illegal and won't prevent you from completing a sale. You simply need to let a prospective buyer know about it. Even then, it may have an impact on the value of your property with a drop in price that is equivalent to the cost of a new boiler. As such, if possible, you shouldn't ignore a faulty boiler because it can be a turn-off to potential buyers. Most buyers would rather have a recently serviced or brand new boiler in place. Interestingly, another category of buyers considers the absence of a working boiler to be a positive feature, especially those who are looking to renovate the property. When it comes to conveyancing, you'll fill the Law Society Property Information Form, TA6, where you'll provide information about your property without withholding any information including the faulty boiler. If you withhold this information, you'll be liable to compensate the buyer for new boiler cost in the place of the faulty boiler at a later date. Besides, you must also keep in mind that it won't be long before the buyer finds out about the faulty boiler when they carry out a property survey. What happens at the end of a mortgage term? I've encountered numerous homeowners who, despite diligently paying their monthly installments, feel unprepared and anxious about what happens when their fixed mortgage term concludes. So, let's demystify this. The transition from a fixed rate to a standard variable rate, SVR. Most homeowners in the UK initially opt for a fixed-rate mortgage, which, as the name suggests, means that the interest rate remains unchanged for a set period, often 2, 5, or 10 years. This rate provides stability, ensuring monthly payments remain consistent. But what happens when this term ends? Unless you've made a move to switch or remortgage, you'll automatically be transitioned to your lender's standard variable rate, SVR. Now, here's the catch. The SVR is typically higher than fixed rates, and it fluctuates at the discretion of the lender, usually in line with the Bank of England's base rate. How this can affect monthly repayments. Potential increase in monthly payments. With the transition to an SVR, homeowners often see an increase in their monthly mortgage payments. Depending on the SVR and any shifts in the Bank of England's rate, this hike can be moderate to significant. For instance, if you were paying a fixed rate of 2% on a £200,000 mortgage, and you transition to an SVR of 4.5%, your monthly repayments could increase by hundreds of pounds. Unpredictability. While fixed rates offer certainty, an SVR is more unpredictable. If the Bank of England increases its base rate, your SVR, and consequently your monthly repayment, might surge. Conversely, if the rate drops, you might find your monthly payment decreasing. Lisa's tip: don't be caught off guard. As your fixed term nears its conclusion, start planning. Whether it's budgeting for potentially higher payments, considering a remortgage, or switching to a new fixed-rate deal, be proactive. Engaging with a mortgage advisor can also provide invaluable insights tailored to your situation. To sell or not to sell? I remember a conversation with a dear friend, Patricia, over a cup of Earl Grey one chilly evening. She was in the throes of deciding whether to sell her home, as her mortgage term was approaching its end. "Lisa," she began, "I've nurtured memories in this house, my children grew up here. But now, with the mortgage situation, I'm torn." The emotional and financial quandary that homeowners like Patricia face is complex, and one that many encounter at some point in their lives. Weighing the emotional and financial pros and cons. Emotional factors. Memories and attachment. For many, a house is not just bricks and mortar. It's where birthdays were celebrated, tears were shed, and countless memories were made. Selling can feel like parting with a piece of oneself. Change. Moving means adapting to a new environment, new neighbors, and possibly even a different lifestyle. Financial factors. Equity built. Over the years, you might have accumulated substantial equity in your home. Selling could provide a significant financial boost. Market value. Depending on the property market's current state, selling might fetch a value higher than anticipated. Boiler. There are 3 options you may want to consider when selling your house if you know that your boiler is faulty as follows. Times lower your sale price. Although both the house and the boiler belong to you, it doesn't mean you must fix the faulty boiler yourself. Instead, you may want to consider talking to a potential buyer proposing a drop in the sale price. This way, they have an ample allowance to fix the boiler once they assume ownership of the property. Times sell to a house buying company. If you're not in a position to repair the faulty boiler but you also don't want to reduce the sale price, you can sell your house with a faulty boiler to a home buying company like Ready Steady Sell. Quick house sale companies are always willing to buy property as is regardless of the existing issues like a faulty boiler among others. Although these specialist cash property buying companies will buy your house for 85% of the market value, they take care of all the costs relating to the sale and will complete the sale in as little as 7 days. Selling a house to a quick house sale company eliminates the hassle of dealing with estate agents while ensuring you access funds fast. This is a good choice if you're under pressure to sell your house fast because of a divorce, relocation to a different city, or you simply want to dispose of inherited property. While this will cost you a significant amount of money, the brighter side to it is that it may speed up the sale process and make it less stressful. Times sell to property developers. You may also want to consider selling your property to landlords and developers because they have the capital and time to handle whatever repairs are needed on the property or replace the boiler with a new one. However, landlords and developers are only interested in property that is in areas that can generate profit. So, there needs to be enough interest in your area before setting the area. If your location isn't prime, there may not be any interest in your house. Times sell to flippers. Some people prefer to buy property and put in work to inject their personality. This category of buyers won't mind a faulty boiler as long as the rest of the house is in good condition. You see, flippers look at a house from the perspective of what is possible. Therefore, take time to highlight the assets like the kind of water supply, natural lighting, the presence of a garden and hardwood floors among others. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the blog post version for a lot more information.
If you're trying to sell but it's not going well, if you can't get a sale and the estate agent fell, now is the time for you to jump in.